virtual stock market game platform hosted its 4th award ceremony, and they will launch a virtual AI tutor. And so joining us this morning to talk more about it is the CEO of WizdomCRM virtual stock market game, Charielle Plowden, and operations manager at the company, Chloe Joseph. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Great, thanks.
Stock market game platform. Charielle, I'm coming to you. Tell us more about the game platform and just give us a breakdown in terms of how it works.
So the WizdomCRM virtual stock market game is a platform that uses gamification technology to teach students how to budget, how to save, and how to invest. Now, we all wish we had this in school,
when we were younger,
right?
yes.
When we were younger.
Yeah.
So we are affording these students from as early as age 7 to learn skills that we wish as adults that we had. And how it works is these students, there's a learning element to it and an ownership element. So on the learning platform, these students can learn about companies in the regional stock market, in Jamaica, in Trinidad, in Barbados. And they also can learn about how to own. So that's the equity part of it. So they get $100,000 US, right, virtual money to then build their own portfolios. Picture you have a student who comes from a family that maybe work in investment banking. Maybe their dad or their mom is an investment banker. That child will grow up with intimate knowledge that another student have. Because we all know learning happens at two places, at home and at school. Right? So our students who may not come from that investment background has access to a leaderboard because it's a competition, and they can see the portfolio and the trade history of those students, and they can then copy those trades. So there's a peer-to-peer learning element of it.
Is there a specific thing that you're trading, or is it just that your money that you're trying to see how much you can invest?
So you're buying stocks on the international, Barbados, Jamaica, and Trinidad Stock Exchange.
So you try your best to sort of replicate our actual stock markets.
Correct. So it does replicate the real market, however, in a virtual environment. So the kids get to learn risk-free in a stimulated environment.
And how do you integrate AI into that platform?
So we all know that we wish we learned this in school, right? And the students, of course, we know they're very advanced when it comes to technology. So we wanted to bring the most advanced technology to our students because we know that these technologies exist, but it's not always brought to the Caribbean in the first instance. We are usually last to the party. So we wanted to bring the best technology to our students. So we incorporate AI technology to teach our students how to invest on the Trinidad, Jamaica, Barbados stock exchanges, information that is available, but the students would know how to get it if they did not have a platform that they can go to learn about these. So we have Isabella, who is our virtual AI assistant, and she teaches the students about investing on the regional stock exchanges.
Interesting. And so if I'm understanding correctly, so you have the stock market, and then you can decide how much stocks to invest in Barbados, Jamaica, that sort of thing.
Correct.
I'm coming to you, Chloe, because I wanted to know, how do we integrate that in schools and how teachers can use it? I mean, is it in schools already?
So we have the competition running with some students from these schools across Trinidad and Tobago already.
Right.
Now, currently there is no financial literacy program in the schools. This is something that the government is now starting to roll out. So the teachers also have support from our resources to help these students learn. So the teachers have support, the parents have support, as well as the students have support. So together, they can now all learn about the the stock market using this platform, as well as using our AI technology. So the teachers can also learn about these things, which is not something that they would have been naturally exposed to when they were in school.
Right. So is it an option where they have to come to you to get it?
The game and the platform,
itself.
yes.
Right, okay, yeah, interesting. And you said how young it starts from again, Charielle, remind me?
7+.
Yeah.
So we have a primary school version, and then we have the secondary school. So of course we know the secondary school is the competitive, because CXC actually just launched in 2023 their financial services subject. So we have a lot of interest from like the Form 3s and the Form 4s who are now choosing subjects. So they tend to use the game a lot and learn tremendously from interacting with the game and playing the competition.
And I guess anyone can take this question, feedback. What has the feedback been thus far from, let's say, students and even teachers?
The feedback has been amazing. The students are absolutely loving it. They love the fact that they can learn this at their hands. They can basically, some of them wake up early in the morning before they have to go to school.
To trade stocks?
To trade stocks. They will watch the news so they can keep up to date with what's happening with these companies.
Yeah.
As well as teachers see a tremendous growth with these students, because this is not just helping them financially. With financial literacy, this is also helping them with budgeting, with learning literacy terms, with thinking critically, with mathematics. So all across the border, it is helping these students.
Yeah.
So it's tremendously helping them, and the students have great feedback. Everybody loves it. These teachers absolutely love the way that they're seeing this interest growing in the students, and parents as well are getting involved, and we have amazing feedback from them as well.
Yeah. Now, while the interest is there, they are getting excited about it. Is there a way to track to see what are the actual benefits of it? So you mentioned subjects and stuff. So for a student who is doing, let's say, principle of accounts, can you track to see if the system would have helped them to improve their grades over time?
So that's where the CRM and WizdomCRM
Nice.
comes in,
Yeah.
right? So a CRM system basically tracks metrics. So we have built in a CRM system where we now track students' grades, because we have sponsors that we have to send reports to measure the progress of the program. So we track the students to see their performance. We get a lot of feedback from the parents, from the teachers as well. And then we have our flagship award ceremony where these students come up on stage and they speak about their experience. They speak about how it has improved their grades. And I really love data. So some data that we would have had from our last award ceremony, 25% of our top 40 students came from Tobago, with Signal Hill Secondary and Scarborough Secondary taking second and third place.
Right.
We had 20% coming from Barataria South Secondary School, and then we had 15% from Diego Martin North Secondary. So that in itself speaks volumes, right? And these schools, I mean, the participants, some of these schools on the program is Presentation College, CIC, we had Holy Name, Diego Martin North, Barataria South, Belmont Boys. So we had a wide cross-section of students, and we're seeing that this platform has leveled the playing field.
Yeah.
I mean, these students started off with $50,000 US, and they reached to 9.2 million, $8.1 million, $1 million. So we saw that we had tangible results. A lot of the brokers that was at our event were looking at these students as future employees, you know, to be portfolio managers, to be. So the game is not only helping with just teaching financial literacy, it's also helping with future employment.
Yeah.
You know, these are jobs that these students can look into. These are things they can put on their resume, you know, that they built a portfolio.
Now, in addition to you know, building that financial literacy, I'm also wondering how it can help with teamwork, because a lot of them will be going on to tertiary education. We know group projects, right? So how is it going to encourage them as well to sort of be able to collaborate in a team setting? And anyone can take this question.
So this is where the competition element. So each school has their own competition. So the students are competing against their classmates. They don't know, or maybe they do, that it's also a regional as well as domestic competition.
Right.
So they would see where their peers rank or where they rank amongst their peers, but we will have a leaderboard of like the top students that they can then also learn from. But at the end of it, at our award ceremony, all of the students come together and we choose the top 40. We have 1,000 students joining from the Victoria District, sponsored by Ramco Industries and Paria. So this cycle, we're thinking of having a district prize as well, a district competition, because we have 1,000 students coming from just the Victoria District.
Yeah.
So every year, you know, we have new and exciting. So we have the upgrades with the AI, and then the competition element. Now we're going to also have some upgrades. So always keeping the kids excited and engaged and motivated, because we know competition in school, we had our sports day. We like to keep that competition healthy.
Yes. Now, in terms of, is it that the system as well can adapt to a particular student's learning ability? Does it have that sort of capacity as well?
Yes. So this is where the technology, you know, I'm really, as also corporate sector, fintech, TT, I love implementing new technologies. So we have things like text-to-speech, right? We have audio for persons that are audio learners. We have image, text to image. So if the student sees a word and they may not understand what that word is, they can pull up an image of the word. So I'll give a very basic example. If they see the word apple, they can hover over the word apple and a picture of an apple will come. on the screen. So it really, we try to incorporate all learning intelligences, so the multiple intelligences, so that each student can interact with our platform. We also have an immersive reader built in. So a lot of us now, we don't like to read articles, we just like to play it, let it read out for us while we lay in bed or do other activities. So these students also have an immersive reader built in. They can use a male voice, a female voice, they can speed it up, they can slow it down. So we have built in all the technologies to facilitate all types of learning behaviors.
Right. And since you hosted the 4th award ceremony, which means a 5th cycle is about to begin soon,
right.
When does it begin and how can students, be interested in joining this particular one? I'll go to you, Chloe.
Yes. So our registration for the 5th cycle actually starts today. So students can reach out to any of us on the team if they're interested. We're also always looking for new sponsors to sponsor more students so more students can have the ability to compete in this game. The competition will start on April 15th, and from there, basically the learning part of it starts today to April 15th. So the students can log onto the platform and they have access to all the resources, they have access to the AI, they have access to everything so they can start learning. From April 15th, then we go to the competition.
Now the competition is it optional, or is it that once you access the CRM system, you're automatically entered to compete?
So you are automatically entered to compete in your school, but you don't have to take part in the competition. Okay. That part is optional, but you win cool prizes.
Yes.
And on the topic of our partners and sponsorship, it would be very remiss of me to not mention the stock exchanges. They have made this instrumental to us. So we would have partnered with the leading stock exchange in the Caribbean, Dr. Marlene Forrester, CEO of the Jamaican Stock Exchange, Mr. Marlon Yard from the Barbados Stock Exchange. He said his students have to have access to this platform. And of course, bring it home to Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange, Miss Eva Mitchell, the CEO. She has also played a very pivotal role in helping us to become a regional Caribbean stock market exchange. We've also had tremendous support from Mrs. Sharon Mungru, the CEO of the Catholic Education Board of Management. She saw the vision from inception. She was an advocate from early on when we were still in ideation phase, and she encouraged us to build the primary school platform.
And Charielle, AI-powered tools like this, how do you see them changing the game and changing education on a whole? And we don't have to stick to TNT, we could also talk about the region as well.
So we know that AI is a billion-dollar industry, and 75% of AI usage is in education and technology. So we have, with the rise of things like ChatGPT, which we know can do an MIT exam and get an average grade, which most humans, may
not guess, we can be honest.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right? So AI is changing the game in terms of education. The students are learning a lot faster with having these tools in their arsenals. And we can see from, the pandemic, I always remember in 2020, our SEA results, showed that a lot of students using the digital tools still were able to do exceptionally well. So the implementation of technology is very important in terms of reaching students. So I'm not able to go into every single school, but AI is able to. Once you have a device and access to the internet, you're able to learn from these digital tools.
This sounds really, really exciting. I'm coming to you, Chloe, finally, just to say, how can students get in contact with you guys? Is there a website or any social media handles? Because you said it's launching today, right?
Yes,
the training begins today.
Correct. So they can get onto your website, WizdomCRM, and they can... We don't have any social media platforms currently, but they can email us. They can even go into the schools and find out from the principals who then can reach out to us.
Yes.
So that we can register them onto the site.
So the website they're going to is WizdomCRM, and that's WIZDOM CRM.
Yes, correct.
Ladies, let me thank you so much for coming in this morning and just sharing about the platform. All the best in the future. Congrats again on your 4th award ceremony.
Thank you so much.
We look forward to the conversation again to see who were the winners coming out of the 5th cycle. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that was the CEO of WizdomCRM Virtual Stock Market Game, of course, Ms. Charielle Plowden, and the operations manager at the company, Miss Chloe Joseph. You're on the Now Morning Show. We're going to take a break and be right back. Stay with us.